Hello, this is Lill and welcome to my channel. Let's see what you can get for free this time in the Epic Games Launcher. So right now you can get Return to Ash and you can get, like, I thought at first it was the game that was called Stalcraft X, but it's already free from before. So, and it has like in-game purchases and stuff, so I'm not gonna cover it just because of the thing I mentioned before that I'm worried about, like people getting like, you know, hooked on in-game purchases and stuff. I don't want to have that on me. But yeah, and the upcoming Thursday you can get boxes, lost fragments, and my night job. Return to Ash says adventure and single player. It seems like it's like a story game or something. Then we have Stalcraft X Starter Edition, which says first-person open-world shooter, co-op, competitive MMO. So, I mean, like, it does look like slightly interesting, but I am a bit worried about like the in-game purchase thingy stuff. But yeah, you can get this for free also in Steam. Upcoming Thursday we got Boxes Lost Fragment, which is casual indie puzzle and single player. I'm guessing this is from the same people that made that Doors game that I covered before. Seems like it's like, you know, puzzle-y. Also, upcoming Thursday, My Night Job, which says action horror, platformer, and single player. But yeah. Looks also very special graphics, but well. But yeah, let's try the first game in there. Alright, let's try Return to Ash. The hospital was empty. Quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally, opening my eyes into a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Either I'm cured, or this is a dream. Or I'm dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or are some next level painkillers? What am I supposed to do now? Leave the room, wait patiently, die, I guess. Let's just leave the room. Fine, I'll just go and find someone. I put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you see a nurse or two scurrying these halls. Or at the very least, a janitor. But it's the broad daylight, and it's absolutely no one. My footsteps echoed quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. I slept through the fire alarm and everyone already evacuated. I was left behind in the confusion. Or it's the rapture, so it's not their fault I was left behind. Nuclear apocalypse? Is there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what it is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Hello? Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I was inevitably found someone stupid. I didn't think anyone else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Quick, think of something to say. Where is everyone? I'm looking for a nurse. Cool tie. Let's do where is everyone? Where is everyone? You just got here, didn't you? What am I supposed to say to that? No, I didn't just get here. I was admitted it a full 7 years ago now. You just got here, ma'am. In this hospital, though, there were enough small differences I noticed. It was becoming easier to believe this might be a new place entirely. My bad memory doesn't explain the missing call button after all. Or the fact that these halls are so lacking in detail. I guess she's right. Whatever this is, I did just get here. Okay, so where am I exactly? I thought I was still in St. Fellows. Is this a different hospital? She sighs, pausing to consider her words. Listen. Oops, I accidentally clicked out. Listen, this isn't the hospital. You died. Fuck! Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I was just hoping you weren't going to say that. Oh, right. Of course. Why would it matter if I was having a heart attack now? I'm apparently dead. I mean, I'm assumed as much. Or I just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details? I guess I should be thankful for that at least. Still, to die in my sleep at the ripe age of 22, it's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity or habit? The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry. It took me some time to process my own death, too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died. It's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. It's not like I want to spill my life story either. So, what's your story, kid? She asked without hesitation. I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really? But you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are we talking about this? I died, who cares what I look like? Wow, only 4 years younger than me. Finally, someone I can relate a little better. Right to a little better. My life is pretty far from the average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude. No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Can we talk about something else? Sorry. I'm asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead. Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughs. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. New profile, Scarlet. My name is Scarlet. I'm going to get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who's already dead. What about you? Do you want to go back? Do I want to go back? Of course, I want to live. Go back to where? No, it's impossible. Okay, let's just go with the first one. I'd rather not be dead, yeah? Good. That's what I like to hear. What's your name? Is Ashley. Ash for short. Alright. Ashley, walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately with a complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. Scarlett walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife as it were a speech she'd rehearsed and recited 20 times. And maybe she had. Clearly, I wasn't the first dead person she's welcomed here. It was surreal, thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually, I feel so lost in the fog. But my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlett's explanation, I would consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently, that's up to death. We were on our way to meet them now. So we don't get hungry? Right. Or thirsty. Or thirsty. There's nothing to eat or drink here anyways. And we can't sleep. You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I haven't been using my watch to track these days. Because there is no sunrise or sunset. I slow my pace and Scarlett stops in front of me. There's a pitying look on her face. Stasis isn't that so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlett laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light was unnerving to me. If I had the choice to which hospital to spend purgatory, I said St. Fellows was the better option. At least there I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How did it get quieter after visiting hours per hour? Oh, how it would get quieter after visiting it. It mixes up a little bit when it shifts there. The chatty nurse is telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. Alternative is just to feel miserable all the time. I'm not miserable, I'm still alive. But I can't even say that anymore. I grabbed the pole of my IV stand a little tighter. I'm still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with that too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. The elevator door opened to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in. I blinked at the confusing sight, but the Scarlet cut in without missing a beat. You still at this? It's been 2 days. There's a lot of coins and the deadline coming up pretty soon. Scarlet leaning her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet Death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No. Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. It was an awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stack from her reckless stride, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seems more focused on escorting me to whatever Death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seems like something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious, and not particularly in a rush to meet Death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, mister? Celadon, and you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them to a larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical and efficient, and I can tell he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shovels back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reached a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious. No, I don't mind. It's a good exercise. He goes back to the next rounds of coins. Leave him, Ashley. We've done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. As Scarlet walks away again, the elevator doors begin to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block them. The stack of coins is holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly restudies them and continues his work as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. Follow Scarlet, help Celadon. I'll just go with follow Scarlet, because I'm gonna go and see what's happening in there. Not wanting to be left behind, I walk away from Celadon and leave him to his trial. Scarlet turning back to me, tapping her feet as I catch up. She is grinning. You know, the reason I volunteered to bargain with Death for you is because I don't want to see you end up like Celadon. In other words, she took pity on me. I really wish I'd had a mentor when I first got here. Maybe things would have gone more smoothly. Thanks for your help, Miss Scarlet. You don't need to call me Miss, Ashley. We are equals here. That's funny. I don't feel like I'm being treated as an equal at all. Still, I can't help smiling back. If she wants to take me under her wing, that's net positive for me, isn't it? Scarlet motions for me to follow again, and I abide. Best not to overthink it. I seal myself as she escorts me further down the hall toward death. The room I found myself in now had walls lined with metal drawers. I know these drawers. They're for storing human bodies. You pull the door open and a panel slides out with a corpse on it. I've seen it on TV. This is the basement of the hospital where they take patients who succumb to their illness or injuries. And Scarlet took me here. I'm really dead. I fucking died. No matter how many times I say it in my head, it doesn't sink in. I'm still thinking and walking and talking. How can I be dead? You're joking, right? Huh? She turns on me, genuine confusion in her eyes. The morgue! My voice cracks. I can't stay calm when faced with this. Is that how you see it? What's this supposed to mean? It's obviously the morgue. Are you okay, Ashley? No, I don't know. I'm in a morgue. The fear is so visceral, but my heart isn't beating faster at all. Is it still beating? When did it stop? It's not beating anymore, is it? Scarlet, I don't want to die. I don't want to be dead. I feel the same. Which is why we need to bargain with death. I tried to calm my breathing. She's right. This is what we came for. Sorry. Don't worry, it's a normal reaction. I feel like an idiot for freaking out. I was told a long time ago that I'd die young, but it still always felt so far away. Imagining myself being slid into one of those cold metal drawers, to be forgotten by everyone I've ever known. But everyone already forgot about me, didn't they? That's how I felt before. No visitors in over a year. I might as well not exist to them. It's more convenient if I don't exist. How will they feel when they hear the news? Relieved? I don't want to think about it. How did you die? I asked the question point blank. She pried into my life before, so this is just a bit of payback, I guess? I don't remember the specifics. I woke up here 3 months ago. Celadon was focused on his trials and Death refused to talk to me. There has been a few others, but they haven't stuck around long. I'm not sure how any of them got out or if they were able to revive at all. She talks quietly in another speech that feels rehearsed. She just have relayed this story a number of times by now. I've searched the building for clues, but the computers don't boot up, and everything in the filing cabinet is completely blank. All I know is that Death is in charge and seems to have some control over who can leave via the trials. Which means bargaining with him might really be my only way out, if there is a way out here. You sure we can bargain with them? Well, don't expect results right away. They don't like the recently living. Great, guess I have to figure out a way to get that on good side. Where is the Death anyway? I thought they were looking around here, in here. They usually are. Take a look around now that the shock of being in the morgue has worn off a little. On the opposite side of the room is a large pile of coins that have been meticulously stacked. Saladin's work, I guess. What's the point of this? A show of dedication? Repaying his sins, maybe? You have plenty of time to reflect on your life if you spent 2 whole days doing this. Or maybe you'd be so focused that you don't think at all. Wondering these things to myself isn't going to answer any questions. I turned to Scarlet. What else has Selden had to do for his trials? Oh, I stopped caring. It's all meaningless anyway. Blunt as always. These trials are a waste of time, Ashley. Death always finds a way to claim you've lost. You call me unfair. Behind us stood a hooded figure with an oversized sight. This is definitely Death. You came out of nowhere. Don't you do things like that. You're going to give Ashley a heart attack. Not possible. It certainly feels possible. They are really startled me. Just then, Selden came stumbling into the room with a stack of coins in hand. Oh, everyone's here. Yeah, business with Death. Could you try not to disturb us? But my trial... Is this not enough coins? This is insanity. He places his stack of coins in the pile and scurries out of the room. Have some self-respect. What's your business with me, Scarlet? They ask flatly with their sigh muffled by the skull mask covering their face. That is a mask, right? Those gloves they were wearing looked like they kinda were for Halloween as a kid. Ashley wants to revive. I'm going to release her soul from this place. She speaks for me and I let her. There is no way I can talk like that to Death myself. Am I? Selden sneaks back into the room with another stack of coins, then quietly adds them to his pile. I was expecting a little bit of manly Death there. It just looks like a human girl behind there, yeah. Yes. You are. Look at her. She's on the IV for good sake. So if she revives, she could die anyway. Gee, thanks for the reminder. That's beside the point. Seems irrelevant to me. Why should I bother? Because maybe a near-death experience is what she needed in order to be miraculously healed, and she could go on to live a full life. That's kind of a weird argument to make. I'm certainly not expecting any miracles. She's young. Doesn't she look like she belongs here? Selden's coins clatter in the background. To me, she looks like someone who would rather rely on a stranger than face her problems herself. We're not strangers. We did just meet. Scarlet gently pushed a hand on my shoulder. Let me do the talking, Ashley. Okay, so, but I'll end it there. Because yeah, I felt like this was enough of this game here. Hope you have a super good day, good evening, or good night. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.